Hello. Oh, hi. No, that's weird. That's really weird. I bet you didn't think you'd see me again. Man, I'm a psycho. Oh, hey. I bet you didn't see me there. Down below, underneath the camera. It totally threw you. You were so surprised by that. Oh my gosh. That was crazy, right? It was so nutty. It was insane. Popped up out of nowhere. Man, cameras are crazy right now, man. Technology, it's nuts. Joking aside, though, we got to talk about something right now before we get into the nitty gritty of my work this week. It's pretty serious. I know you're thinking to yourself, it seems like he's not being serious because of the sarcasm, but actually, I am being serious, okay? You need to take my word for it. Now, I'm sure you guys all saw this video.
I'm Jesse Nyberg, a graphic designer from LA, and this is my work from home office and entertainment room.
Yeah, I saw it too, and I was floored. I was absolutely floored with what I saw because, wait a second, you didn't see what I saw? Okay, you're just not paying attention then, because it was so obvious. Okay, let's look at it again, all right? Let's see what it is. Okay, come on, you still don't see it? Man, give me a break, get your eyes checked. It's so obvious, look. Enhance. Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. Wait, you aren't thinking the same thing that I was? I was thinking that, yeah, that looks exactly like my drawing of Riley Gale from Power Trip that I drew like a little while ago. Now, to give you a little bit of context here, this is a guy named Jesse Nyberg. He is a super awesome graphic designer, and he also comes from the world of hardcore, which of course, as you know, is where my background lies. And I discovered him on Instagram a little while ago, and then I learned he has a YouTube channel. One day he posted on his Instagram account that he was looking to get some prints for his new home studio. And I messaged him, and I didn't really think that this guy who has a huge following on both YouTube and Instagram would even really see my message. And lo and behold, he did. And so I sent him not only the Power Trip one, but if we take a look at this video.
So I have a bunch of different artwork on here. I got these cool little hardcore prints from this guy who made like a comic about hardcore. The Power Trip one, rest in peace, Riley, and the Desmadre one.
Yeah, I sent him that Desmadre one too, which Desmadre, I have a couple of friends in that band. You should check them out. Needless to say, when I saw that video get posted, I was super stoked. And honestly, if nothing comes of it, that's totally cool. I did not send Jesse those prints with the intention of some kind of like, oh yeah, maybe this guy's gonna get me big in the industry or something like that. I don't really care. I just like his stuff a lot, and I wanted to send him something because I think his work is cool, and he checked my stuff out, and he wanted something on his wall. So of course I'm going to send him the prints. And you bet your bottom dollar I sent him a copy of The History of Hardcore, which we'll talk about a little bit later, okay? If you don't already know, it's my book that I made. But yeah, so that was pretty exciting for me this week. And that kind of fueled me going into my sketches and stuff. I decided to really hit the pavement on all things that is the project I'm working on. I've called it Project Nighthawk. I'm not sure if that's going to be the final title of it, but it's just what I'm calling it. I just drew a bunch for Nighthawk to the point where I got a little bit burnt out because I didn't do just one character turnaround. I didn't do 2. I didn't do 3. Yeah, I did 4 of them. And so by the end of it, I was pretty burnt, but they turned out really cool. I mean, look at these things. They're awesome. Anyway, I needed to take a break from stuff I was working on for Nighthawk. So what I did was a little bit of figure drawing. And one thing I'm trying to work on with my own work is limiting the amount of lines that I put into the image. I really love the work of artists like Paco Roca or even Mignola has a little bit of this to him. And yet you still get a lot of detail in that image. So I decided to take that path with this. I also wanted to throw on a little bit of tone, and then as you can see by the end of it, it just didn't look good to me, so I scrapped it. All right, and now I did do a lot more drawing, but some of it I cannot show you right now, so I am sorry about that. But I'll tell you what, I'll make you a deal. I'll show you one thing that I was working on that I may or may not be allowed to show you, but you got to promise not to tell anybody about it, okay? I've been talking with my friend Spencer, who runs the Do It or Don't and Scoped Exposure podcast, about doing something for his new show, Do It or Don't. And one thing we've been toying around with is taking an element from my book, The History of Hardcore, where I go into detail about the sort of usual suspects of hardcore that you see at a show, and apply that to mosh culture. Because, there's a lot of characters that'll show up, and there's some weird people moshing. So we're going to do a whole series of drawings on these, and we're still working on how to fully release it, but I think you're going to really like it. And this is the very first character. You're getting an exclusive here. Exclusive! So this is Windmill Wally. Windmill Wally, of course, is a reference to the classic mosh move, the windmill, and how people can kind of get out of hand with it to the point where, they're swinging their arms so fast, it's like a blur. And I really love the work of Daniel Warren Johnson and how much movement there is in his line when, let's say, an arm is swinging. He really emphasizes that. So I really wanted to try and practice that kind of style on my own work and see how it turned out. I think it turned out pretty well, and I'm super stoked for what the future holds with this project. Like I said, I've got more drawings in my back pocket here that you're not allowed to see just yet. I'm really stoked on what I've got so far. I'm stoked on what is to come, and I think you're gonna like it too. Now, speaking of things that I think you're gonna like, you guys really should check out my Patreon page, because to be honest, you think this page is cool? Wait till you see the Patreon. So what I need you to do is go onto my Patreon page, click the free option. If you want to, you could even contribute $1, $3. Heck, why don't you even try $5? Now, what does that get you? If you are a free member, you get access to a few posts that I release pretty regularly. If you contribute $1 or more, that's it, $1. You get access to everything, like this video, and you'll get it way ahead of everybody else, which is kind of awesome. You'll also get access to all of my drawings and any kind of updates or progress that I am going to show about all the projects I'm working on. Now, let's say you're not interested in Patreon. Are you interested in books? Because I've got a book for you. Maybe you've heard me talk about it, Who knows? I think probably you've heard me talk about it before. It's called The History of Hardcore. It's a comic about hardcore music. It's a work of historical fiction that takes a look at the history of hardcore music, where it's been, where it's currently at, and what I think the future holds for it. If you want to check it out, there's a link in the description below. There's also links to Jesse's page down below, to my Patreon page. Anyway, I got to get back to drawing a bunch of stuff. I know I will see you guys next week. Well, I hope I do. But until next time, have a good one. Peace.